First of all, I want to say thank you guys so much for the love on my podcast. You guys are seriously the best. It is now available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and on Anchor. And it would honestly mean the world to me if you guys rated and reviewed it. And in honor of this video, we have Stay the Home merch still available, and I also just added a blanket. I think it's really cute. For some reason, the code Bryce is not working on it. I'm trying to figure it out, but the code Bryce 15% off for everything else, you guys. I love you guys so much. Let's get into the video. Hey guys, it's Philly and welcome back to Sesh. You guys, we're talking about Bryce Hall and Blake Gray. I can't even process the fact that they might get a year in jail and have $2,000 in fines because they threw a party. Is the party really worth going to jail? Honestly, no. Never. I don't understand. Where's the logic? Clearly they don't have any. They have such big platforms, this massive audience, and they just don't care. I mean, wouldn't you be embarrassed if you had millions of followers who look up to you and you're about to go to jail and you're only 21? Just me? Okay, alright. Anyways, you guys, these two seem to be making a joke out of this entire situation. And I know what you guys are thinking. Why on earth are we talking about them again? Don't we know their power got shut off and blah, blah, blah? Well, you guys, I didn't know that they were possibly going to go to jail for this. I thought maybe the only punishment was the power getting turned off, but now we are finding out there is much more going on behind the scenes, including jail time, maybe. We've got the LA County making a statement about what's going to happen to these guys as they face some sort of punishment for what they have done by throwing this party. They're still facing backlash. You guys, today there was an entire live stream dedicated to Bryce and Blake. Okay, the LA City attorney literally got on camera to talk about what is going on with Bryce Hall and Blake Gray. They put out this press release that said, Mike Fowler, in a crackdown on party houses, will announce criminal charges stemming from recent parties in the Hollywood Hills, including those hosted by TikTok's Bryce Hall and Blake Gray. So you guys, I watched it and he was mad. He was real mad, and it's been confirmed that they could be facing up to a year in jail and up to $2,000 in fines for partying.
In this public health crisis, they're a source of great danger to many of us. You know, sometimes these party houses involve gatherings of hundreds of people. They're potential super spreader events for COVID-19. We're filing charges against two hosts whose mega parties we allege have been the source of outrage from neighbors. And we're filing charges against two property owners at whose homes we allege key violations have taken place. So among those charged for violating two things, for violating the Safer LA Health Order and the city's party house ordinance, are TikTok stars Bryce Hall and Blake Gray. We allege these hosts have been incredibly irresponsible. If you have a combined 19 million followers on TikTok in the middle of a public health crisis, you should be modeling great behavior, best practices for all of us, rather than brazenly violating the law and then posting videos about it. The penalties in these cases can be up to 1 year in jail and a couple $1,000 fine.
I mean, it seems really on brand since Bryce's merch says Party Animal University, which, okay, really great branding for the pandemic. Anyways, Bryce Hall made a video talking about his 21st birthday. He joked about being the most hated person right now because of the fact that he threw this party. I can tell he has no regrets. He was like, we tested to see if we had the virus before the party and we tested after. And they were like so happy to see that they were negative. You guys, if you just stayed home, you would have known that you were negative. If you wouldn't have partied, you would have known that you were negative. But obviously they're just like out here risking their lives and risking their friends' lives, and they just really truly don't care about anybody. They didn't even care about the fact that big name YouTubers were coming out and calling them out directly. Tyler Oakley was adding them. The same with Chris Clemens, and Chris Clemens had the best reaction to this news of possible jail time and these fines. He made a TikTok. He was like dancing on the tweet, dancing on the press release, and it's crazy that these guys are not embarrassed. Bryce literally made a joke about having the power turned off in the house, which we already knew. They thought it was so funny that they had their power turned off because all of them, Noah Beck, Blake, and Bryce were all making TikToks joking about the power being turned off. Everyone thought that the power was going to be turned off before it was actually turned off. So the day that everyone predicted that it was going to be turned off, they were making all these TikToks like, oh my gosh, the water is so warm today. Like, wow, the power. And it's like, you guys are really annoying. Like, seriously, you guys are so annoying. But the power was actually turned off days later, but it was only at Bryce's personal home, and he has like 2 other homes apparently, which, are you serious? He's just gonna go to another home. It doesn't really sound like a punishment to me. A lot of people were really confused as well. They were like, how are they ever going to learn if there's no actual punishment? It's just like the power and water, and like that's not his only home, so he could just leave and go to his friend's house or his other 2 homes and just be fine. Like, he's really not even facing anything serious. But obviously now we're talking about them actually getting some charges here. Apparently, they are getting charged with 1 misdemeanor count each, and for violating local emergency order, which is literally like to stay at home and not party in massive groups. And they counted that there were 2 party incidents, so 1 prior to Bryce's birthday and then Bryce's birthday. Basically, they got busted because LAPD broke up this party the first time. Apparently they like went to the party and waited till everyone left, and then they came back the night of Bryce's 21st birthday and noted that it was like the second time that they had been there. So this is truly why they're really in trouble, because they did it twice. There were also citations given out, which a lot of people didn't know what they were at the time because they weren't disclosing it, but now it's been said that they were given out for noise complaints because they were wreaking havoc in the entire neighborhood, which isn't even a huge surprise because the New York Times did an article on them earlier this year in June, talking about how the Sway House made enemies with their neighbors, and that neighbors say that the party boys of Sway House are not a welcome addition to the block. And they just truly don't seem to be getting it at all. I think Bryce just really enjoyed his birthday. He was like, I really don't care. I'm gonna have my 21st birthday. It's gonna be the best night ever, and I'm not gonna regret it. Obviously, he didn't get the virus, so he just doesn't care about it. He's like, well, it's like he has this, well, suck it, I didn't get the virus attitude about the entire situation. He just only seems to be caring about him and like maybe his guy friends, but I feel like if one of them got it, they would have been like, it was worth it or whatever, because they're just so disrespectful to everyone that actually is suffering from it and has had problems. It's like a literal risk that they're taking, because it's not guaranteed that you're going to be all fine and dandy once you get it just because you're young. There's a lot of people that have actually suffered that are young and actually healthy people. There are these rare cases, but I really just don't think that they're putting in time to even care about that in the slightest. Just like when the mayor of LA came out to speak about what happened at Bryce's party, this doesn't just affect them and their friends, it affects the people that their friends go and hang out with, who they see, who they interact with, if they go outside, anyone that they come into contact with. It literally just slows down the progress of keeping this contained for everyone. Everybody that was watching the live stream was like really wanting them to truly get punished for what they have done, because it's so crazy that they just don't seem to care about any of this, and they're almost like so proud that they threw this party, and they're like bragging about all the stuff that's going on. They think it's so cool their power got turned off. I mean, they acknowledged in the video that it wasn't a good idea for them to throw a party at this time.
A party for my 21st birthday a few days ago. It wasn't the most responsible thing in the world to do, especially with everything going on, and I completely understand that, but this is kind of how the party went.
But do I really believe that they believe that? I mean, I don't know. I think they know that it's a bad thing, but they just don't care that it's a bad thing. So it's uncertain whether they are actually going to go to jail or not. They are facing the 1 year, but who knows if they'll just get a slap on the wrist. I honestly just have a feeling that they will, even though a lot of people want to see them get held accountable for real and serve this jail time. But honestly, I just have no faith in the system. Anyways, you guys, let me know what you guys think is going to happen. Let me know your thoughts on all of this. I love you guys so much, and I will talk to you in the next video. Bye, guys.